Luna loved living by the sea. Every day she'd skip stones across the water with her two best friends, Finn and Sam. They make up games and tell secrets while the sun warmed their faces and the gentle breeze ruffled their hair. It was almost as if the sea and the sky were smiling down on them, having a grand old time. One breezy afternoon, as Luna skipped a flat stone across the waves, she noticed something unusual lying on the shore. At first she thought it was a smooth, polished pebble, but as she got closer, she saw that it was a tiny blue bird. And not just any bird. This bird couldn't remember how to fly. "I must have gotten blown off course," the bird chirped anxiously, flapping its wings. "I can't go back home. I can't remember the way." "Don't worry, little bird," said Luna kindly. "We can help you find your way back home." The bird looked up at the three kids with hopeful eyes. "You would do that for me? But how?" "Well, we know a thing or two about flying," said Finn with a wink. "Just leave it to us." The first thing the kids did was fashion some paper airplanes and let the bird take a ride. Luna and Sam held the ends of the paper airplane firmly in their hands, and Finn climbed into the middle of it like a pilot in his cockpit. Then when he was ready, they let go. The paper airplane glided through the air, and the bird squawked with delight as it soared higher and higher above the ground. But after a while, when it was time to land, the bird panicked. It tried to flap its wings, but they weren't used to working together. The bird tumbled to the ground in a jumble of feathers and landed right at Luna's feet. "Don't worry," Luna said with a smile. "It takes practice to fly. No one's born knowing how." Next, the kids tried a different method. This time Sam blew up a red balloon and tied a string around it. Then holding the other end of the string, she let the bird hop inside. When all was ready, Finn pulled on the string, and the balloon lifted slowly off the ground. As it floated higher and higher, the bird peeked out from inside the balloon and chirped happily. But soon the string began to tangle around the balloon, making it harder and harder for the bird to steer. Finally, the tangles grew so bad that the bird had to jump out before it was too late. Luckily, Luna was there to catch it before it hit the ground. "I guess flying is harder than it looks," she said with a laugh. But the bird shook its head. "No, it's not. I just need a little more practice. Thank you for trying to help me, Luna." And with that, the bird took off toward the hills in the distance. Luna, Finn and Sam waved goodbye until the bird was just a tiny dot in the blue sky. "Do you think we'll ever see it again?" asked Sam. "Of course we will," replied Luna. "It's never too late to learn how to fly." And that's exactly what happened. A few days later, as Luna walked along the beach, she saw a familiar bluebird sitting on a rock. It tilted its head and chirped, then took flight and landed gracefully on a nearby tree. In its beak was a tiny folded piece of paper. Luna walked over and looked closely. The bird chirped again and dropped the note into her hand. Unfolding it carefully, she saw that it contained a message. "Dear Luna, thank you for believing in me. From your friend, the bird." A wide smile spread across Luna's face as she watched the bird take off into the sky. She knew that no matter how difficult something might seem, with a little bit of courage and a lot of friendship, anything was possible.